I like that little tune, at the end there. I should make it longer. Hello, and welcome everyone to Off the Cuff. And if you don't know what Off the Cuff is, it is the place where truth is deconstructed so you can understand it. Anyway, I'm Delora OBrien for anybody that's new. I've been doing this for about 3.5 years now, and I'm very, very blessed that we have built a community that is strong and awesome and believes in God and our patriots. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful time. I enjoy being with them, and anyone that wants to hop on board with the Delorables, you're very welcome. Anyway, today's going to be a good show. Before I get there, I've got a couple of announcements. I think it's important. I'll be having an Off the Cuff this Monday, January 20th at 11:30 a.m. Obviously, I'm not coming on at noon because the swearing in for the vice president and President Trump is at noon. So we're going to hop on here at 11:30. The Fabs are hopping on with me. So it's going to be one of those days. For those of you that are new, the chat usually calls this Double-Decker Delora Day because I do Off the Cuff on YouTube. And then at 6 o'clock Eastern, I'm over at Rumble with Fab 4. If you haven't been on a Fab 4, boy, you've been missing because we have a lot of laughs. And it's just a great, great time in God. And I think for all of us, what happened was Fab 4 really kind of brought us all through. We had a lot of laughs the last few years, and it's been quite remarkable, and it's been very, very special. Yes, Renee said special edition. That's what we're calling it, of Off the Cuff. Inauguration Day, different time, 11:30 a.m. Also, some great guests will be in line at Off the Cuff this year. Things have opened up for me, so I can do that again, and I'm very excited about it. Wednesday, I had a old and dear friend, Nino Rodriguez, come on. It was a great, great show. We did an up close and personal with him, trying to get others to do up close and personals. You get to know a little bit about the person behind the screen. And I think it's very important. You guys know a lot about me because I'm an open book, and I talk and I just tell you guys everything. You pretty much know almost everything my husband knows. Anyway, that's that. If you want to help us, we do gatherings. We've done a dozen of them around the country. Those are meetings where the region in that area comes together, hundreds of people, and we have praise and worship, and we just pray, and we seek God for that area. When we leave, usually things are not the same, but it does cost us money. So right now we have a couple of fundraisers we use that allows us to do this. One of them is wearetakingitback.com. And if you guys want to go check that out, just go check it out, and just text, just put your name and your phone number, and we'll send you a text. And the other one is joyandcountry.com. And that's my daughter put that website up. Today I'm wearing the MAGA 45 to 47. This is embroidered, guys. Okay. This is a gorgeous navy. I don't know if you can see it. Absolutely beautiful, bougie sweatshirt. This isn't printed. It's embroidered. Comes in a ton of colors. Really, really nice sweatshirt if you like sweatshirts. Also, I've got on Oh How I Love Him. These are bracelets that are stretchy, fit anyone, and they've got an embedded cross in metal here. Also comes in gold with a gold cross. And then I'm wearing the cross charm stretch. Oh, nope. This is the cross charms. This is Oh How I Love Him. This is a stainless steel toggle, guys. Will not tarnish, nothing. It's really, I wear this all the time. I mean, I do. I mean, I like my long ones, but this is kind of an everyday. If you like to wear a cross, this is one of those. It's very easy and very comfortable. And all these things look great stacked with our other necklaces. So now Jenna said all these items she put in the description below. So it's easy to just click and get there. Or you go to joyandcountry.com and go to Delora's Closet. That's moi. And right now we have Saturday steals till tonight. Nope, tomorrow night at midnight. And that's 10% off your entire order, plus free US shipping, always. So you don't want to miss this. We can now guarantee shipping so you'll get it by Valentine's Day. So if there's anybody you want to give that you love, that you want to show some, you want to honor them, these things are amazing, perfect for Valentine's Day. There's also a bunch of Valentine's Day things on there. So, and don't forget US shipping. Okay, I'll remind you guys at the end. That's that. All right. This has been a very interesting week. Now, guys, we only have 3 days. That's why tonight on Fab 4, it's called Daddy's Home. 3 days left. And we're beyond, we can feel it. I was talking to Jenna yesterday and she goes, Mom, I'm already feeling the shift. I'm already feeling, and we're feeling it big time here. And President Trump is doing some interesting things. He's posting some things, and I think he's doing it for his community that is awake. Now, I'm going to tell you why I believe that. There's no reason for him to post what he did. I'm going to read it to you in a minute, but he posted this. It was day before yesterday, and he said there was certain people that he does not want to go near. That there's certain people that he doesn't want anyone that has worked with them. He is never going to hire them. That's obviously one of the questions that's going to be asked people when they do a background check. Did you work for these people? If you did, you ain't coming on the administration. He's hired 1,000 people already, but anyone, and I'll tell you, he'll start firing if he finds out they're working with these people. These are the people in that post that jumped out at me. John Bolton, Nikki Haley, Mike Pence, Dick Cheney, Liz Cheney, Mitt Romney, Paul Ryan, and Mark Milley. Now, let me tell you how interesting this was. And I'm going to show you this. Let's put this up, and I'm going to, oh no, I've got it you know what? Let me wait on that. I'm going to wait on the general part. This is so interesting, but I'm getting ahead of myself. As I said at the end of last year, and a lot of people have said this is going to be the year of exposure. We revealed, a lot of us that are called truthers or whatever you want to call us, revealed things about Antarctica, which I'm going to do another one on, by the way. And we revealed things that, about the Khazarian Mafia and about when buildings were made, and revealed, and people went down this space exploration, and was that real, and all of these things revealed. But this year is a year of exposure, and I'm going to take that list, that banned list, and we're going to dissect these people. A lot of people don't know who these people are. A lot of people do, but it's important that you understand why, and people you share this with, that they're like, well, why would he be so mean and expose, name all these people. There are reasons. There's a reason. If he puts 2 dots at the end of a sentence instead of 1 period, there's a reason for that. The man is brilliant. So let me start with John Bolton. Who is John Bolton, really? He's an attorney. He's a diplomat. He was a Republican consultant. He served as the 25th ambassador to the United Nations. Remember, ambassador to the United Nations. You know about the United Nations. I don't have to go down a road on that. And he was the 26th National Security Advisor under President Trump in 2018 and 2019. He's also a warmonger, a hawk for war, along the likes of John McCain and George W. Bush. He doesn't think Trump is fit for office. He thinks he's completely unfit to be president. And in a new memoir, he said that right out. In his first book about Trump, he lied all the way through it, to the point of making up quotes that he said Donald Trump did in fact say. And when asked for source material, he couldn't provide it. So Bolton's response to being blacklisted, quote, just proves Trump hasn't changed. This 4 years will be the same or worse than his first term. What do I say to that? Yay. So that's John Bolton. Let's go to Nikki Haley. Diplomat, served as governor of South Carolina from 2011 to 2017. 29th ambassador to the United Nations. Where? The United Nations. From January 2017 to December 2018. You see a little thread running through here? Wait though. Didn't Nikki Haley speak at the GOP convention? Didn't she give her full support for Donald Trump at the GOP convention? That was 11-5. And as I said then, I'm a bit concerned. Everybody was saying they don't like Nikki Haley. And I said, look, this is what I know about President Trump. If she's no good, we'll know very soon. Well, it wasn't but 4 days later, on November 9th, this is what he posted. I will not be inviting, this is a quote, I will not be inviting former Ambassador Nikki Haley or former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo to join the Trump administration, which is currently in formation. I'm thrilled about this, as most people were, especially more about Pompeo than Nikki Haley. But he is not mentioned in the blacklist, which I find interesting. I'm not sure why. I couldn't find anything to report as of today. If I do, I will report it. What did Haley do to have President Trump come at her so forcefully? I don't know, but her, and then on a minor degree Pompeo, you wonder why. And then I found this video from 2024 when Vivek and all of them were, Haley, they were all running for the presidential nomination. This says it all. Watch this.
Debate. She said that only a woman can get this job done. That's what she said. After the third debate, when I criticized Ronna McDaniel after 5 failed years of leadership of this party and criticized Nikki for her corrupt foreign dealings as a military contractor, she said that I have a woman problem. Nikki, I don't have a woman problem. You have a corruption problem. And I think that that's what people need to know. Nikki is corrupt. This is a woman who will send your kids to die so she can buy a bigger house. This is the problem. Using identity politics more effectively than Kamala Harris is a form of intellectual fraud. And it actually needs to end. There's our donor puppet masters wielding their puppet right up here tonight. This is how this game is played. The puppet masters put up their puppet, and I reject the use of identity politics in this party. It has been a cancer coming from the left, and I'm sick and tired of the double standards. The people of this country are too. Having 2 X chromosomes does not immunize you from criticism.
Thank you, sir.
Woo! Oh, man. When I want to feel good, I play that. That's what I play. Wow. Wow. Look, I love Vivek from the beginning. I loved him from the beginning. He reminded me of a younger, less savvy Donald Trump. That's what he reminded me of, because he just says it. He just says it. I saw that, and I'll never forget seeing that, but I couldn't find the video until today, and I found it. I dug it up. So let's go on to one of my favorites. One of my favorites, and one of yours, Michael Pence. Trump's VP first term, prior to that, Indiana governor. Best friends with Shifty Shift, who is known for his enjoyment of very young people. Leaders in the church several years ago literally rebuked anyone who said Pence was dirty. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember that? I'm not going to go down the road and name all the people that did that. But if you said he was dirty, you were like excommunicated. Wonder what they're saying now. Pence, known for his Judas move 4 years ago in Congress, and right after he got paid off with a gold coin after stepping down from the podium. See, they thought DJT was done. He was gone. Tucker Carlson had the incredible fortitude to say this to the man who claims he's right up there with God. And this is exactly how this man feels. Hang on one second. Watch this.
City in the United States has become much worse over the past 3 years. Drive around. There's not one city that's gotten better in the United States. And it's visible. Our economy has degraded. Public filth and disorder and crime have exponentially increased. And yet your concern is that the Ukrainians, a country most people can't find on a map, who've received tens of billions of U.S. tax dollars, don't have enough tanks. I think it's a fair question to ask, like, where's the concern for the United States in that?
Well, it's not my concern. Tucker, I've heard that routine from you before, but that's not my concern.
He's heard the routine. So what he did is he relegated a very, very, very important question to being, I've heard that routine from you before. Are you kidding me? This man was the vice president of the United States. Here's the issue. And President Trump has said it again and again. Mike Pence thought he was going to be president. He tried midterm. I'm not going to go into that. But the fact that Donald Trump won twice and every plan to get rid of him one way or another, and I mean even that way, has failed, it's too much for him. He even said he quoted that he voted for Kamala Harris. This is the man, this is the God man that everybody said don't touch. And Kamala Harris endorses is a woman. He endorses a woman that believes in late-term abortion and even infanticide. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. Short time ago, Pence called on Republicans to block Trump nominees. He said, don't let one go through. Not one. Now he's going after RFK Jr. Why would he go after RFK Jr.? Why? Let me tell you a little story about Indiana. We live there. I have family there. So let me tell you a little story about Eli Lilly, one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies in the country. Their headquarters, their corporate headquarters is there. Pence has been in their back pocket since he was governor. Follow the dollar. It will never mislead you. Who is going to tell Mike Pence that no one is going to listen to him about RFK? That Mike Pence, you are completely irrelevant. In fact, Mike Pence, you are nothing but a footnote that they will use in history. You're a footnote. Let's go to Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney. What can I say about this family? Oh my goodness. I've been talking about them since 9/11, when I was literally just about thrown out of a pastor's meeting because I said it was fixed. Okay? People thought I was out of my mind. They thought I was nuts. Next to the Bush family, the Cheney family is right up there. They should be investigated for a ton of things: 9/11, Iraq War, Patriot Act, Benghazi, and on and on and on. Dick Cheney wanted to go to war with Iraq more than anyone else. Just happened to be that he would also profit from the Iraq war more than anyone else. Did you hear what Vivek said to Haley? How do you sleep at night when you know if you go to war, you're going to get a bigger house? This is how they operate. Cheney, who is supposed to be a staunch Republican, endorsed Kamala. Dick Cheney endorsed Kamala. Liz Cheney traveled around with Kamala Harris. Why? Well, this is before DJT1, but it's interesting to hear what RFK has to say.
You have this weird situation where Dick Cheney, who was the greatest villain to the Democratic Party, he was the guy who gave us the Patriot Act, he gave us the torture regimes, he gave us the censorship and surveillance state that came out of the Patriot Act, and he gave us the Iraq War, which was a war that was built on deception and pretense. Everybody knows that now. We said we'd never do that again. And it was the worst foreign policy cataclysm in American history. And now Dick Cheney and John Bolton, the people who gave us that, have endorsed Kamala Harris. And 225 other neocons have the people who were driven out of Washington because they were so discredited after Iraq, have now endorsed Vice President Harris. And they're not endorsing her because they've changed. They still think all those were good ideas. They're endorsing her because the Democratic Party has fundamentally changed.
Yeah, he just says it. He's not afraid. Look, his family has been through hell. He's not afraid. A lot of his family still are afraid. They still will stand, and on an aside, which I think is very funny, you guys, I laugh. If you look at the verified people that follow me on X, by the way, shameless plug, follow me on X at Delora Gathering. Trying to get Delora OBrien, but someone took it and then gave it up. So I'm working with them to try to get it, but it's at Delora Gathering. But what is interesting is, and I said this before, Barack Obama is following me. Who else follows me? Maria Shriver, Kennedy family. I have no idea why these people, you look at some of the people that follow me and it'll blow your mind. So when I think of the Kennedy family, I think of X because Maria Shriver follows me. Anyway, if you want to know more about Cheney, and I don't want to go into this right now because it's very disturbing. Okay. It's very upsetting. But on X, if you go to at Sparta Justice, SPARTA Justice, you'll get more on Cheney and Bush, what they did together on hunting trips in Northern California. You get a lot of the victims of them, implicating them and a lot of other politicians. It's a very brave channel. I got a lot on Cheney from that channel and proof. I mean, I verified it and everything, and it's proof. So that's another side to Dick Cheney that a lot of people don't talk about. His name doesn't come up when people talk about that stuff. Well, it should, because he's at the top. Liz Cheney, his daughter, chip off the old block, guys. He's now, what's interesting, as she's been referred to the FBI for crimes committed while on the sham committee, first month of the year, 6th day, that 2021 thing that happened several years ago. She lost her immunity. She's not in office anymore. She is probably the most exposed, and I would say watch, because she's the most likely to be indicted first. I believe she could actually be indicted first. Her destruction of evidence and witness tampering for that date, and a woman named Cassidy, don't want to attempting to influence that woman's testimony. Now you know why she endorsed Kamala and traveled with her, because this is what she knew. DJT gets in. I'm like this. Easily. She destroyed exculpatory evidence. That's 18 U.S. Code 1519. She engaged in criminal witness tampering, 18 U.S. Code 1512. She could be facing a 20-year sentence in federal prison if tried and convicted. Wonder what Dick is saying now. This is before she ran and lost. Watch Dick Cheney.
Nation's 246-year history, there has never been an individual who is a greater threat to our republic than Donald Trump. He tried to steal the last election using lies and violence to keep himself in power after the voters had rejected him. He is a coward. A real man wouldn't lie to his supporters. He lost his election, and he lost big. I know it, he knows it, and deep down, I think most Republicans know it. Lynn and I are so proud of Liz for standing up for the truth, doing what's right, honoring her oath to the Constitution, when so many in our party are too scared to do so. Liz is fearless. She never backs down from a fight. There is nothing more important she will ever do than lead the effort to make sure Donald Trump is never again near the Oval Office. And she will succeed. I am Dick Cheney. I proudly voted for my daughter. I hope you will too.
I'm Liz Cheney, and I approve this message.
How'd that work out for you, Dickie? How'd that work out for you? Wow. Wow. How did they do it? Like with a straight face. How do they do it? I tell a little fib and I'm like, oh God, I shouldn't have done that. I mean, how do they do it? I know how they do it. I'm not going to go into it. That's a rhetorical. I'm not looking for an answer. So let's go to one of my favorites, General Mark Milley. Let's go to him. My question to start is, why did President Trump, when putting out the blacklist post, put a question mark next to General regarding Mark Milley? Here it is. As of today, the incoming Trump administration has hired over 1,000 people for the United States government. They are outstanding in every way, and you will see the fruits of their labor over the coming years. We will make America great again, and it will happen very quickly. In order to save time, money, and effort, it would be helpful if you would not send or recommend to us people who worked with or are endorsed by Americans for No Prosperity, headed by Charles Koch, Dumb as a Rock, John Bolton, Bird Brain, Nikki Haley, Mike Pence, disloyal warmongers Dick Cheney and his psycho daughter Liz, Mitt Romney, Paul Ryan, General, parentheses, question mark, Mark Milley, James Mattis, Mark Jesper, or any of the other people suffering from Trump derangement syndrome, more commonly known as TDS. Thank you for your attention in this matter. Unreal. Unreal. Now, what does that mean? I don't think he's a general any longer. I don't think he's still a general. You know, he doesn't, or he has committed so many acts that will rip that title from him. That's why he put it. There's a reason he put that. There's a reason. And it makes me question if he's still a general. Among the interesting accusations against Milley is he hid nuclear codes from Trump when he was president. He held secret calls with Chinese defense officials, then surrendered to Taliban and armed them with $80 billion in United States weapons. In several interviews recently, Milley said that Donald Trump is a psychopath and he would warn the Chinese government if Trump was going to attack them. This is just from a few months back. So I'm going to read a statement, okay, from Mark Milley. Former U.S. Joint Chief of Staff Mark Milley explained that the Israelis' mistake is they are killing civilians too slowly. Let me say it again. Explained that the Israelis' mistake is that they are killing civilians too slowly. Is a quote from him. Feel terribly sorry for the innocent people in Gaza who are dying. But we must not forget that we, the United States, have killed many innocent people in Mosul, in Iraq, that he wanted to go into. He was the one that did that. And that we, the United States, killed 12,000 innocent French civilians. We destroyed 69 Japanese cities, not including Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We killed people in huge numbers, innocent people who had nothing to do with the government, men, women, and children. War is a terrible thing, unless I can make money off it. Let me say it again. War is a terrible thing, but if it has any meaning, if it has any sense of morality, it must have a political purpose, and it must be achieved quickly and at the least cost, and you must do it quickly. So what he's saying is, hey, Israel, hey, people in war around the world, kill civilians faster. Let's just get it over with. Let's just bomb them all, and we'll take care of it. And then we'll be done with it, and the war will be over, and then I can feed my pocket. Incredible. Incredible. And I don't want to forget, it was Bob Woodward, well-respected Washington Post journalist and reporter, who reported Mark Milley offered to give China an advance warning if President Trump ordered an attack. Sounds like the big T to me. Many have said it. Lawyer up, Mark. January 20th is 3 days away. Lawyer up, baby. Then there's Paul Ryan and Mitt Romney. I don't think my stomach can handle much more of this. And when I got here, I was like, I don't think I can handle much more. Corruption in every area, attempt on the president's life. But one quote from Paul Ryan during an interview, in fact, I remembered it and I had to go back and look for it. This is the Borowitz report in Washington. Starting 2018, this is what they said, with a political bombshell. House Speaker Paul Ryan said on Tuesday that he will retire once he's satisfied that he has completely wrecked the country. He literally said this. Look it up, the Borowitz report, 2018. This is his quote. I came to Washington with the goal of destroying life in the United States as we know it, Ryan said in an emotional press conference. This is during that time with Trump. He was going through it. Once I look around me and see nothing but smoldering ruins, I'll call it a day. Excuse me? Speaker of the House? Let me say it again. Once I look around me and see nothing but smoldering ruins, I'll call it a day. So what do they all have in common? Just what DJT said. They have TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. They don't wish President Trump well. They wish him dead. They wish his family dead. Why? Because he knows who they are. They are naked. See, they are naked in front of him. He knows it. He knows what they did. He knows. I mean, it is incredible. He knows them. And they are naked in front of him. So I've had people write to me and say, look, I love him and everything, but why does he use childish names for them when he posted about blacklisting them and anyone who worked for them? Why? Why use childish names? No one knows why but President Trump. No one knows. Not even the people on the list that they're actually, they know. People who he's saying it to, they know. He's discovered something about them, and that means something to them. That means there's meaning in that. He does not come up with bird brain or a dumb as a rock. I mean, you got to understand, there's something here. There's a reason he does it. And he won't even allow anyone who has worked for these people to be in his presence. Do you know what a strong statement that is? That's like a statement I've never, probably the strongest statement I've ever seen him put out since 2015 when he came down the escalator. He named people. He gave them nicknames. He put a question mark next to the word general. This is what I know. It sounds like he believes everywhere around him, from the old guard, not the new America, the old United States that is in DC. There are turncoats and Judases everywhere. That's what he knows. Nikki Haley endorsed him because she was going to be the Trojan horse to get them in. They've got no one now. And if there are a couple people around him, it'll only be a matter of a few days or a week, and they'll be gone. Thank God this time he has smartened up. Last time he was putting people in. And I'm like, what is he doing? Putting this person in. We all knew it. We all knew the people that were around him. When he ever put in John Bolton, I was like, you got to be kidding me. Now he knows. Now he's aware. It'll never happen again. You will not get him again. And as I said, his 4 years, 4 more after him, and 4 more after that are guaranteed. Guaranteed. I believe the next 12 years are guaranteed. After that, I'm not gone that far. But we've got 12 years. The man is smart. He's wise. He's got understanding. He's got good advisors. He's hearing from God. It's a lot going on now that wasn't going on in 2015. Okay, you got any questions on topic? Put 3 question marks and the question. And if I can answer them, I will. If I have an opinion, I will. If I can't say anything, I won't. Let's see. I'm putting them on the screen now. I hope you don't mind. A lot of people have been writing to me and saying we can't hear it. We don't understand what people are saying. Did you happen to know Pamela Grant from Central Casting when you worked out here in LA? I did not. Central Casting to me, before all this happened, so you guys know, Central Casting to me was, I had a lot of young kids until I stopped taking kids. And I had older people as well that needed to just make some money. And Central Casting was the casting agency that did background, which means they were extras in the back. Every now and then they'd be bumped up to an under 5 or another, a little bit longer role. And then they could be possibly eligible for a SAG card, Screen Actors Guild. But when people go, oh, it's Central Casting, so it's Central Casting, I don't think they really understand what Central Casting is. Central Casting is a real place that does real films. Do they also do the things that people say, oh, Central Casting did that? Sure, I'm sure, but they don't, it's not like they're evil. Central Casting is not evil. Central Casting is something that Donald Trump started using because he's aware of Central Casting in LA and in New York that does background and atmosphere. You see people in a bar, all those people, they put those people there. Okay. So that's important to know. But I did not know her. No. Okay. Let's see. Did you know that Pence was invited to Billy Graham Library this year by Franklin? I didn't. And that's amusing and sad, all rolled up into one. And if you know, you know. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Is it true inauguration is going to be inside now because of threats? I haven't heard it's going to be inside, but I have heard from several people that said they saw it everywhere, that he's going to have a presidential detail, Secret Service, and then he's hiring his own detail. So as far as I know right now, it's going to be still outside. Now, what I did hear is they were considering putting it inside because it's cold. It's going to be very cold. And if they do that, obviously it'll be safer. I hope they do. And they'll put a big screen outside so that people can watch it. Dennis and I definitely made the right decision not to go to Washington. Definitely made the right decision. But yeah, that's what I heard in Inside Star. That's what I heard. I'm not sure if it's going to be inside, but I think it's also because of the cold. I have doubts about Vance. Do you? No, I don't. Zero. None. Zero. I actually believe. Am I wrong? Can I be wrong? Sure. Do I think I'm right? Yes. But I think he's going to be president in 4 years for 2 terms. That's what I believe. Let's see. What else? Any thoughts on General Flynn? I think about him the least amount of time that I possibly can. Delora, have you heard of the Pandora Papers? What's your opinion? I did, and a Fly Girl, and I think that if the people that are touting these Pandora Papers for the last year or 2 years would just release it, I would believe them more. Okay, Ms. D, fill in the blanks. Go. Island Girl. You are a bright and shining spot in my chat, Island Girl. Did DJT recently endorse Romney? Ron, not that I heard of. If you find that somewhere, let me know. Deb, yeah, D, I don't trust him. Listen, you have every right not to trust him. Go by your gut, my friend. I don't feel that way. I think he was, and now he's not. I was, and now I'm not. Listen, there's nothing more dangerous than a reform thief. Nothing more dangerous than that. Or nothing more dangerous than someone who worked in the occult and now serves the creator of the universe. Nothing more dangerous. Delora, please pray for President Trump. Amanda Grace gave a word yesterday, and what the Lord says is sad, including Trump decisions. I'm sorry, I don't believe anyone until it's proven. Okay. Do you think DJT will expose the Black Ops military truth? And that goes for me too. That goes for me too. Do you think DJT will expose the Black Ops military truth about aliens reverse engineer? Is that what Elon is really a part of? I think, wow, that's a show. Rebecca, that's a show. Okay. I'm going to do it though. As soon as we get past the inauguration, I'm going to lay out a show for you that's going to blow your mind. Can't do it now. Everything in my spirit and in my being is moving toward that moment on Monday when God spoke to me and said, when he lays his hand on that Bible, the whole world's going to shift. When that happens, listen, after he does that, unless things come up that I've got to cover like this I did today, I will not go there. Things have to be exposed. I'm exposing a lot. I'm not saying a lot. If you guys can read, I laughed at what Nino said when he said, listen to what I don't say. I'm using that. Guys, listen to what I don't say. Okay. Inside Star, was there an assassination attempt on Trump at Clinton's funeral? Clinton's funeral? I don't know. I don't know Clinton's funeral, that it was something was out there. I don't know. If you could explain a little more, I would appreciate it. Heard Pompeo was backed by the Lincoln Project, also dissanctimonious. I've wanted they're salvageable. What do you think? I think everybody is salvageable. Everybody, unless they're not human. Then there's no reason to salvage them. Unless they're completely possessed and they've consciously given themselves over. Then they're not salvageable. But I believe everybody is. So I have great hope for everyone. People had hope for me and prayed for me. And at one point in my life, people thought I wasn't salvageable. I just feel, I pray for everyone. That's all. That's how I feel. I don't let them get away with it. Let them get saved in prison. Justice must prevail, but they're salvageable. Delora, did you see Nino had a former CIA guy and ask him about drones, etc., and rally inauguration? Very interesting. I didn't, Ray Jane. I didn't. Was that today? Can someone tell me if that was today? If that was today, I'll go look at it. Nino and I are going to do more shows, guys. I told him yesterday, I texted him. I said, Nino, I got like 50,000 emails. And he thought I was serious. He said, how did you get so many emails? He cracks me up. No, I got a ton of emails thanking me for having him on and, showing people his heart more. And please do. People were asking me, please talk to Nino. Do, maybe every couple weeks do something. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Queen Esther, what is your opinion on President Trump's pick for ambassadors for Hollywood? Ding, ding, ding. And I can't say much more about this, Queen Esther, but actually I can't say anything about it. So let me just say this. When I was there until Prophet Kim passed, and then there was no reason for us to stay in LA anymore. There was a meeting of people that you had to be invited to. And it was kind of underground. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, let's see. Jojo, what's your guess on how many more pardons Biden gives before his exit? Oh God, I'll tell you, there's only one that I think he's going to give several, but if he pardons Liz Cheney, that will probably be the biggest black eye in this country's face in the last decade. That's the one I'm looking for. That family. Okay. Liberty Bell. There's a story in the Gateway Pundit. It'll be inside. Oh, okay. And they said it. I think I heard it that it was going to be inside, but it wasn't just for security. It was for cold, because it's going to be cold. So I'm not sure if that's Brandon. Have you looked into Brandon Biggs with Last Days? Would love to see you two talk. Yeah, I don't. Yes, I did. And he is one of the people that has been as accurate as Kim. As accurate as Kim. But this is what people have to understand about Brandon Biggs. Because he says it today. Look, I've known Kim since 1993. He gave me a word about making films. I would own a film production company. It would take over. Literally would take over. That was in 2002. 23 years ago. And he said it when he gave me the word. It was in front of thousands of people. He said he left. So, he left the platform. And then he came back out and people are leaving and the band's playing. He goes, I can't. I won't be able to sleep tonight. Delora, stand up. And he gives me this word. And at the beginning of the word, he said, this is way, way, way down the road a bit. But I got to say it because I won't be able to sleep. And then he gave me this big word about film, and I'm going to do musicals. And I mean, it's astonishing. This is what I'm saying about Brandon Biggs. He gives a word about something in this country, whether it's about a state or whatever. It could be 30 years down the road. You understand? It doesn't mean it's today. But he's honestly, the only prophet I can say is accurate like him. Just right on. Very interesting. If he came on here, I don't know what would happen. I think this, I don't know, explosions and I don't know. Maybe a fun show. I don't know. But I usually don't have prophets on only because some people don't believe this when they believe that, when it turns into this mess. So I don't know. Jeff Dory, is it true that all the former presidents are not attending the immigration? I think you mean the inauguration. I believe so. I haven't heard about Obama yet. I think Obama's going, but BM isn't, from what I understand. So I'm not sure, Jeff, but that's the only one about that I haven't heard. I know the Bushes aren't going. I know that. I mean, you go through all of them. Clintons aren't going to go. I mean, they're all the only one I'm thinking might, small might, is Barack. He might go. Okay, let's see this. Then I'm getting off. What about the rally? Will there be one? I wonder. I think there will be, but he might hold it inside. I don't know. If there, see, here's the thing. Natural things happen too. I don't want to stand outside in 0-degree weather. Why would I do that? So, 10 degrees. I'm not going to do that. So he may say, look, maybe this is God's way, honestly, of having him do it inside. So there's a cold front there now. Now he's going to do it inside so everybody doesn't freeze. God's ways are above our ways. We don't know. We don't know what's going on. Let me see. Mary de la Cruz, they're asking that I put this up. How can they let him pardon those people if he's not all there and they know he's not making the decision? So here's my question, Mary. How could they let him be in the office he is for all these years and know all they're knowing? Because he's not it. It's the image. It's the image of the office. He sits at a 5th grade desk. He doesn't even sit at the resolute desk in the Oval Office that every president from George Washington until DJT sat at. He doesn't even sit there. There's not one picture of him there. He signs things from this little 5th grade desk. I got a bigger desk than him. So that's why. That's why. Now, if this is what I believe that what happened several years ago will be exposed, then that's going to get wiped out. Then all this is null and void. Let's just watch. It's going to be fun. Go be fun, Mary. It's going to be fun. Okay. Oh, thank you, Anthony. Delora, you and Dennis are my favorites. You put your little sneak. You put 3 question marks there, and I ended up putting it up. But thank you. Thank you for that. So sweet. Zeke, 3 days of darkness. I don't know. All that stuff. I'm like, this is what I know, Zeke. A year ago, I knew Trump was going to win by a landslide. Several months ago, I knew the inauguration was going to happen when people said there was going to be world wars and bombs. And that's why people come on my thing, because I have hope for you. Because I know it. I know it. I don't have to read it off a paper. I just know it in my being. And it's happening. And that's right, Debbie. God is in control. And that's it. It's a great day to be alive, my friends. It's a great day to be alive. And let me tell you something. And I'm going to share this. You have been asking me, why do you look like you're going back in age? Why do you look so good? Why do you feel so great? How come you have so much energy, more than normal? Within a few weeks, I'm going to share something with you. And it's when you see me put up, and I'm telling you, that talks about age reversal. When you see that, make sure you tune in. Okay? I'm not going to say anything more. I have to have a timing in all of this. I go by God's timing. But you're very welcome. Spilling tea with Spunky Sparky says, love you, Delora. Thank you for the hope. I thank God for the hope. I thank him. Karen, I'm getting to it, baby. I'm getting to it. All right, guys, let me just do this real quick so my daughter doesn't yell at me. Tonight, Fab 4, Be There or Be Square. It's called Daddy's Home. Guess who Daddy is? That's on rumble.com. Delora OBrien, The Gathering, 6:00 Eastern. The show of shows, that is, Fab 4. It's awesome. I will be having an off-the-cuff special edition, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, Monday. Watch the swearing in with me and the Fabs. Charlie, Joe, and Dennis will be here with me, and we're going to watch the swearing in together. And it's going to be glorious. Want to help us out with a couple of our fundraisers. One of them is wearetakingitback.com. Just go there and read. And then you'll understand about it. And then you just give me your name and your phone number, and we'll text you. Also, joyincountry.com. This is embroidered. Let me read what Jenna said. It is the MAGA 4547 embroidered sweatshirt. It's embroidered, not printed. It's gorgeous. It comes in all kinds of colors. I'm wearing navy. It's absolutely beautiful. And then this is stainless steel. It's a stainless steel toggle. Very easy to get on and off. It also comes in gold. You see with, it's cut out. It's a cutout, and it's got a small paper clip chain that's stainless steel. Beautiful, beautiful. And then comes in the gold as well, like I said. And then there's this. This is the, I have navy and white, comes in all different colors. Very stretchy, fits any wrist. And this comes in gold as well, but there's a little cross on it. Love these. So she said all these items are linked in the description below, or you can go to joyincountry.com, Delora's Closet, and you will find them. And a bunch more stuff that you find out is in my closet. And she said we have a Saturday Steals discount right now. The entire website till tomorrow night at midnight. And that gives you 10% off your entire order and free US shipping always. Love you, love you, love you. You guys are the best. Thank you for joining me, and see you tonight at 6 p.m. over on Rumble, Delora OBrien, The Gathering. And we're gonna have a blast tonight, so don't miss it. Love you dearly. Remember, always go in the power of God. Ciao.